everyone, and welcome to another episode of Women Like Me Stories in Business. I am joined today by, such an interesting lady. Her name is pronounced Shakti. Don't you love that? Shakti. Love it. Shakti Sharma. She's the founder of the Feminine Wealth Movement. She helps six-figure, mission-driven women entrepreneurs create powerful high-ticket offers and close bigger opportunities. She believes women-led businesses move through natural cycles of expansion and contraction, and that when a woman builds her business around her own rhythm, don't you love that? Her own rhythm. Instead of forcing herself into someone else's formula, wealth can feel more exciting, aligned, and fulfilling. So, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for being willing to be on the show.
Thank you for having me, Julie, and for such a warm introduction.
Oh,
Not sure if you and the listeners know, but Shakti actually means feminine power.
oh
And
my
I want to
goodness.
start there because I think
Oh,
feminine power is what we can anchor on and use more in our own lives.
that's beautiful. No, I did not know that. That is beautiful. Okay, well, what led you to do the work that you're doing now?
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. That is such a big question. Um, you know how they say life prepares you for your biggest calling and for you to walk on the path of your purpose? That is exactly, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, that is exactly what my experience been. So back in 2014, I was at the peak of my corporate career and my personal life. So what was really happening in 2014, I had just finished my MBA from University of Chicago Booth School of Business, and I was able to leverage that MBA to get a management consulting role, which I have been eyeing and dreaming about. Every Monday morning, I would pack my bags, go to the airport, fly to the client location, do the work, throughout the week and come home on Thursday. But in that process, I was staying at the best hotels. And
Nice.
after day of work, I would eat at really great restaurants. And I was really living the life. Like, this is the freedom lifestyle that everybody wants. And I had it. So it really felt like that was kind of the prime, the pinnacle that I've been able to create. Now, on my personal life, something else exciting was happening. I was pregnant with my firstborn, eight
Oh,
months into the pregnancy, just one more month left before I gave birth. And I was married to my soulmate, and we were living in Chicago downtown in high rise building, so it was just beautiful. Like, it was dream life, right? And there was this one moment where one of the evenings I had an argument with my partner. And it was not like a back and forth bickering at all, or somebody got upset. It felt very quiet and had this piercing pain in my chest, in my heart. And after that whole thing happened, I couldn't sleep the entire night. Being pregnant, I was like tossing and turning in bed, and I was so restless throughout the night. The next morning, I got up and I packed my bags and left the house. I just felt this like strong impulse in my body to just pull away and just run away from the
wow.
home. So, what I did, I checked into a hotel and closed the doors behind me. And then I just don't know why, but I kept crying and crying and crying and crying. And you know the feeling when you finally have your space so that you can put your guard down? When
Yes.
you have
Mhm.
been so exhausted running around balancing everything in your life and showing up tough and strong and confident, but you now finally have your safe space where nobody's watching you, nobody's there to judge you, and you can put that armor down and you can just allow all these floodgates to open up so that your body does not have to hold anymore. You know that feeling when your body's
Mm.
just so full and you just does not have any other option but to just let go and come back to breath? That was me in that moment.
Wow.
And something really magical started to happen as I was crying and crying, did not understand why I'm feeling all this piercing pain. I started like almost like asking these questions. Why did why did this situation happen? Why am I so hurt? Right? And then in that moment, my mind was blown because I started hearing a voice inside my brain that started to talk to me. And this voice was very motherly, reassuring, kind, compassionate voice that also was speaking the truth, that was showing me the wisdom, but also was very certain. And this is not, I was nothing like this. And I was asking this question, why am I hurting so bad? And this voice said, because you come from a marriage, your parents' marriage, you've witnessed that, and those are the same patterns repeating in your own marriage. I did not understand what that meant. I did not understand what trauma was, what generational trauma, what patterns are. I just, in very simple terms, I just like almost like saw a picture. Yes, my parents were constantly arguing and hurting each other, and now I am hurt for some reason. And that experience is similar in what I have witnessed growing up every single day of my life.
Wow.
Then I asked her, about my career. Like, I feel like I have accomplished so much, but I feel such a void in my heart. Like, I can't celebrate me. I cannot see what I've done as something to be proud of. Like, I feel so empty in my heart. And then she started talking more. Shakti, for creating this career, you have abandoned your heart. You have sacrificed your soul, your own self, to make everybody happy. And then these like pictures starting to come up in my head, showing me the reason why I did engineering because my mom wanted, the reason I came to the
Ah,
US because somebody else wanted, the reason I got management consulting role because that was the thing. And it showed me every single decision point how much I have abandoned what I truly desired. I had no idea. I had zero idea who I was, what I wanted. I was just on this hamster wheel of fulfilling everybody's expectation, the cultural, the societal, the family expectations, and that made sense to me. So my life looked so perfect on paper. Every box is checked. I was
yeah.
running from one goal to the next goal and a lot of hustle. And then your heart is empty, and what value does that hold, right?
It's just everything you've explained is just such a common theme
Right.
with women.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my last question to her was, well, I'm not happy. I'm hurting. And how do I bring a child in this world and make sure that my kid is happy, my baby is happy? And this voice was very firm and clear this time. And she said that you have to learn the art of intuition to rise above these patterns playing out. You have to really honor your heart first. Keep yourself first and foremost in everything you do in your life. And from there, happiness is going to follow. From there, joy will follow. And from there, this new partnership with the baby will start to emerge where you both work on this together. And that moment is the moment where my whole life changed. I became a whole different person from that point, and everything I do now is really a bow down to that moment, to that voice, to that life lesson, to that universal intelligence that flowed through me in bringing a change. And that really change was a whole new paradigm of success, a whole new paradigm of motherhood, a whole new paradigm of marriage. And today, I my brand is Feminine Wealth Movement. I got to
Mhm.
found that. But looking back, this is the moment that defined the purpose of Feminine Wealth Movement, where women don't have to make these tough sacrifices between their head and their heart, and they get to really have it all and really move forward in where their dreams are calling by taking all of them, bringing all parts of them on board and creating success from there.
Wow. I think that so many of us get that light bulb moment, that aha moment, but not everybody listens to it. So I think that it was quite you were ready. You were ready.
The
Yeah.
time.
The time. Yeah.
The
Yeah, for sure.
timing, the internal alignment with timing,
Yeah.
the external alignment, everything just pushed me to that. It's
Yeah.
time to like really go
Yeah.
through the. I was getting ready for birth, you know? I was
Yeah.
1 month away from birthing my baby.
Yes, to think that you left the house, you went to a hotel, like all of that happening when you were so close to giving birth is
Exactly.
yeah, quite amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing it. I think that was it's it's going to help other women who hear that because they're going to be enlightened by, maybe listen to your intuition, listen to what's being said to us for sure. So, can I ask you about your business? So when you talk about women-led businesses moving through cycles of expansion and contraction, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, I think this has been a remarkable discovery of mine, again through my own experiences and working with fabulous clients. What I've realized is that there is this expectation in the business world that you have to be on as a CEO, president, founder of your business, and you have to make sale every day.
Mm,
Like you have to turn that knob on and you have to be on the go for that. My experience, and especially more so in the transformational industry, in the personal development, leadership, like that industry, coaching industry, my experience has been very different. And that has been more around there is almost like a rhythm that your body likes, and everybody's rhythm is different. And one of the easy example we see, some people are morning people and they get their
yes,
best work done in the morning. Some
yes,
people are night owls and they get their best work done at night, right? And similarly, you may start to notice the more and more women start to listen to their inner intuition and their own self, they start tapping into these rhythm and cycles in their body. We have a natural 28-day cycle, but even beyond that, there might be certain seasons that are just better financially and where women feel more growth oriented and tapped into that growth, and some seasons are more about delivering based on the new clients that you have brought forward. I am also noticing these yearly cycles. So I noticed that even for my business, I started my business in 2018, and in 2020 my business went through pandemic related shutdown. And that
yes.
is when the more I leaned into spirit kept telling me, Shakti, it's time to bring a shift and take your work deeper with people. And the more we listen to spirit, the more we listen to tap into our feminine energy, it's this is the pattern. It's like the sine curve.
Mhm.
You go up and you go down and you go up and you go down. And then when I started looking at economy, you will also notice very similar cyclical pattern every 7 8 years. There's a financial crisis we navigate,
Yeah.
right? There's also pattern with money. You see that pattern repeating across generations. There are generations, couple of generations that will make money really grow wealth, and then the generations come where the wealth start to go down, and then somebody in the generation turn it around and bring it all the way up. And I what everything at the end of the day is energy. At
Yes.
the end of the day, sales, marketing, visibility,
Mhm.
money, wealth, you know, creation, everything is energy. And every time we look at any specific energy, there's going to be this cyclical pattern. And the expectation that is put on women culturally and societally, I think is so unfair, because it just creates so much pressure for us to succeed, even in the moments we are in a whole different cycle internally, where our body
Mhm.
is craving a different level of support, our business is requiring different level of action. We think it's our time to always generate money. Do you know what I mean?
So how do we know what season, what path we're in? How do we know, and how do we learn what is our best path for when it comes to business and making money and all of those kinds of things?
I think one of the biggest indicator of feminine energy in general is your emotions.
Ah, yes.
The
Yeah.
biggest,
Hmm.
truest indicator is your womb. In your womb there are emotions. You are going to feel it, and you're going to know. You're going to wake up, roll out of bed excited, ready to do work, and ready to be out there, ready to talk to people. And there will be that season where you're going to require a little bit more cocooning and tending to your heart, and like being be in that state of being.
Hmm.
So that is your finest, most precise signal from your body where you are. And the
Yeah.
best thing to do is to not force yourself either way. And yes, can you get supported? Absolutely. And you may require more support in certain seasons, and you may require less support in certain seasons. But honoring what is true for the body makes the business so much easier.
Why do you think women have difficulties with money?
It's oh my gosh. This is
I
a
know it's a big question.
this is a loaded question,
Yeah.
and it's not something I have expressed in this way. I will tell you, and this is so true for a lot of the audience, especially for women like me platform. A lot of us are sensitive women. A lot of us are very emotionally intelligent women. Because we are so sensitive, we take on energy of people around us very easily, or they call
Mhm.
empath.
Yes.
We have empathic body that can absorb energy easily. So when I
Yes.
have worked with clients like that in the past, I have noticed that a lot of the beliefs that we operate from in our business are not the beliefs that we have. They are the beliefs that we have inherited from our fathers.
Mm. Not our mothers.
We have inherited a lot of the nervous system patterns from our
Yeah.
mothers,
Yeah.
but core beliefs around spending, earning, investing, a lot of them come from our fathers.
That's
And
true. Yes.
some of us have not outgrown those beliefs. Like for me, for example, me, I have gone to business school. I have
Yes.
worked in financial services for 12 years of my life. I worked at top banks. I have done my MBA, done my master's. Finance has been such a central part of my whole life. But I still notice myself slipping, like almost like getting access to or operating from these older beliefs from my dad. And then I question, like, why am I, like, that awareness kicks in. Why am I feeling this way? Oh, okay, let me untangle from that. It is such a
Mm.
continuous work, and most women don't realize that this is part of what plays out. Sorry, one second. This
That's
is
okay.
part of what plays out, and, kind of hinders the business. So, the easy way to understand this is, science tells us that opposite attract, right? I know law of attraction says the likes attract, but what's true in classical physics is opposite charge attract. If there's a positive charge, if there's a negative charge, they're going to come together. So consider positive charge as your offer,
Okay.
and consider the negative charge as your clients. Not because they're negative. I'm not
No,
speaking
no.
in those
Yeah.
terms, but from a point of view of a negative charge, what I mean is a contraction, a problem, a level of stuckness that people are currently experiencing, a set level, like a set emotions, right? They're experiencing something that your offer is the liberation for, the solution for, the medicine
Yes.
for, right? In just very plain, easy terms, positive and negative attract so fast, so quickly, so strongly, nothing can separate it.
That is an excellent explanation.
Thank you.
So you've made it so easy to understand.
Exactly. Now,
Yes.
but when we go in a sales conversation, we don't believe this, right?
Right. Yes.
Why? If you come back to physics for a moment, the only one thing that can separate a positive and negative be so attached to each other like magnets is something called insulator. Insulator is what it's like an element that can stop this like charge to flow from negative to positive and close the circuit.
Yeah.
The circuit will close without the insulator. It's magnetic circuit closing right there. But the insulator is what prevents the circuit to close. So what is an insulator? In the business world, insulator is our beliefs. Insulator is the fear.
Mm.
Insulator is the questioning that we bring to sales conversations and keep sitting there and asking, is this the right match? Right? Is this a qualified client? I get it.
Wow.
These
Yeah.
are important questions to ask.
Yeah.
But what if you don't have to ask this question and let the nature do the job in how it has designed the business to flow, the negative and positive to come together to complete this circuit of liberation, the magnetic sales circuit?
That's amazing. What a interesting way to explain it. Yes, yes. I've never heard it explained like that before, but you've made complete sense. And it softens when you understand that. The whole there that gritty, like, oh, sales, ew, all of a sudden that softens.
Exactly. So a
Yeah.
lot of my work with clients is on two things. Number one, your offer has to hold that positive liberation. A lot of us know and teach what we know, but we don't know how to facilitate that liberation yet. And that's
Yes.
okay. We don't know how to hold space for our potential clients, how to walk them through solutions in a way that they're excited and motivated to move forward, how to hold space for their pain. It's such a soft, intricate thing is to hold space
Hmm.
for somebody's pain, their doubt, their non-belief in themselves, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we want to make this offer really strongly positive so that it holds the right charge. And then the second thing is insulator. We got to get rid of a lot of these questioning and beliefs and fear around selling, and do it in a way where you step away, you step out of the circuit and just let the client, the potential client, really say yes to the offer.
Absolutely. When I started my career in 1991, my sales career, I kept trying to figure out how to call myself a salesperson without saying salesperson
Mm.
because I hated the word. It just and to do even marketing. So for the first 18 months, I fell flat on my face. It was it was not good. But then when I finally accepted it and realized that being a salesperson is not a bad thing, it's actually an extremely good thing, and you're very helpful. It's like the floodgates opened up. So you're so right. If you can't feel good, if you feel icky about what you're trying to do,
It's not going to work.
not going to work.
It's not going
No,
to work.
no,
Yeah.
no.
So a lot of my work is going in that subconscious rewiring, like really starting to rewire subconscious, let go of all these beliefs from your father, your grandfather, from the
Yeah,
family system, and start to creating new beliefs, and using neuroplasticity, using nervous system regulation, learning how to harness your breath in these moments, and really lead the way forward to one thing, and that is what I call truth. Truth is the
yeah,
only thing that sells in the world, nothing else. No gimmick,
yeah,
no no pressure, no. I People do so much, people make it so complicated, the fast
yes.
action bonus, the this bonus, and the stack. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
there's only one thing that sells, and that is truth.
hmm hmm So, what would you say to a woman who feels guilty, wanting more money, more ease, and more freedom?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, okay. Sometimes I have all these like intuitive communication within myself, so that's what you're experiencing right now. um a woman wanting a woman wanting something or everything for herself is actually the medicine for our world. A woman's desire,
Oh,
a
love that.
woman desiring, her body desiring, her needs, her brain deciding on a goal, the desire, the raw desire is such a strong magnetic pull to no matter who you're with. If you're
Mhm.
truly desiring something in your body, it has no power but to come true. And a woman being told that it's wrong to want something is a sign of control. It's a lie that's fed to us
Mm.
centuries after centuries. This is the way women have been controlled, by being programmed to put ourselves last and putting every single person in our life first. By
Yeah.
putting our kids first, by putting our team first, our clients first. But that is not how we're designed to operate. A woman is designed to operate, to lead with her intuition, with her sacred desires, with her visions, with
hmm
her emotional intelligence, with her wisdom. And those are the women who are able to do that, get the what they want and the respect that they deserve from the world. And one of the biggest initiation in womanhood, no matter where you are, I went through this thing, stepping into motherhood and then stepping into the crone years. This is the initiation to say yes to more and more of what you really desire, what you really want, what you really need. And
Mhm.
everything else is a plain lie. And this is why we come back to the subconscious rewiring, so that we let go these patterns of self-sacrifice and self-abandonment that our mothers, our grandmothers had to live through, and minimize their voice, minimize their existence, and keep running like machine, running around every single day of their life, and still sitting down and not feeling the fulfillment that they were truly deserving of feeling, and passing on to their kids, and connecting with their kids from
Yeah.
that filled overflow.
So, so important that we as women start getting it right and doing for ourselves. Absolutely. We need to start taking care of ourselves and putting ourselves first so that our generations will also see that it's okay to take care of yourself.
It is okay. It's such a basic thing, but it's
Yes.
so hard
Yes.
for a new mom to take a shower a day.
Yeah.
You know, these
Yeah.
very basic things are just so hard because of how biologically we are wired in our body to
Yes.
always protect and care for our babies first, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
So, and
absolutely.
every stage of motherhood, every stage of womanhood brings up a new thing, a new way that lies sneak in, and we have to sacrifice ourselves. But that is really what we're working with. And I feel like the only way out is through it, and to
Yeah.
keep questioning these beliefs and challenge them and challenge the status quo, and keep coming back to your truth. Okay, is that really my truth? Like, really hold that discernment solid. Is this my truth? Or am I operating from these old, outdated set of beliefs that are not even mine?
Yeah. Wow. Well, what is one thing a woman can do this week to look at her business through a feminine wealth lens?
So when you ask this question, intuitively, I'm shown a picture of a woman, an image of a woman who's working very hard. And I
Mm,
have spoken to these women a lot. I have worked with these women a lot. These are the women I'm speaking to who are posting 5 times a day and still not getting clients, right? They're
mhm.
really putting themselves out there. They're putting out program after program, recording things, and things are still not working. To that woman, I want to say is to drop the pen and come in a pause this week. To not be on that hamster wheel, to break that streak, come out of
Mm,
it, drop into your sacred pause, come to rest, and letting your body tell you the new way of operating and moving forward.
mhm.
You have intelligence, you have all the answers. It's going to
Yeah.
come. You just have to trust you.
Yeah. Oh, I could just go on and on with you, my dear. You are just, I love your wisdom. I love your intuition and you have just such a beautiful calm energy about you, which I appreciate as well. I
Mm.
want everyone to know that we will have Shakti's information in the show notes so that if you want to reach out to her, you want to find out more, we will have all of that information there for you to be able to do that. I I have enjoyed this conversation so much with you, and I have learned, and I have made notes. I had my pen. I was making notes while you were talking, and I don't always do that. So it was very a fabulous conversation. Can I just ask if you could give us just a little bit of inspiration before we close, maybe that women that are hurting out there or not sure what they should be doing, or what can you what, give us a boost.
Do you know, and this is speaking especially to moms, do you know that moment when you decided to have a baby? Or you knew when you conceived? Or you knew you were going through the birth and you knew how hard it's going to be, but you still so believed in yourself and this
Mm.
creation from nature, your co-creation with nature in bringing a life to world. I want you to remember that moment when, on days when business feels hard, because what carried you through in that moment was just one thing, and that was your desire, your vision, your desire to be a mom, and your vision for the life you were going to create. And to, on hard days, to come back to your vision for your business and let yourself be a co-creator with nature here. Do not try to do it all. Do not try to take care of your business like a baby. Step back. Let the business support you.
Mm.
And that would
Wow.
be the thing I think would be helpful for people to hear. At the same time, I want to say that hearing somebody's inspiring words is like entertainment until you sit down and do the work yourself and find your own truth. This is all entertainment. And to commit to the work, commit to your pause, commit to your rest, commit to you, and find your truth and let the truth guide you forward. This can be a lot easier than it looks right now.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Well, everyone, as I said, we will have all of her information in the show notes there. So if you would like to reach out to her, please don't hesitate to do that because obviously she's a very kind person and with a wealth of knowledge and information and insight that maybe we don't always have ourselves. And so it's nice to be able to find that person who's willing to share. And yeah. I don't know what else to say. Fabulous conversation. Just fabulous. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate you and what you're doing in the world. And everyone, thank you so much for being here. And we'll see you on another episode of Women Like Me. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye.